Gen 3 is arguably one of the best generations ever introduced to Pokemon. From going 3-3 with the starters to having overpowered legendaries, Gen 3 is a really good generation. So I wanted to see if I was able to beat the hardest copy of Pokemon Brick Bronze using only Gen 3 Pokemon. To find this out, I'm going to be playing Pokemon Brick Bronze using Gen 3 Pokemon to figure out if Gen 3 can handle the Warrior League. Now I know Gen 3 is stacked with hella Pokemon, but let's see if it can easily dominate the Warrior League. For this Gen 3 only challenge, I decided to pick Mudkip. Even though the other two starters are really good, Mudkip, in my opinion, is just way better. Now after choosing Mudkip, me and Jake had a friendly battle, which ended out me being on top thanks to my Mudkip. After that, we moved on into Route 1, defeated all his trainers, and we reached Chestnut Town. I meet this lady named Linda. She took me to her home. She stole my necklace. As I was chasing her, Jake gives me a heads up saying that she saw her run into the forest. So I went into the forest and defeated all of his trainers. I did a couple of raid dens. I evolved Mudkip into Marsh Stomp, and then I finally took on Linda. Linda wasn't really a problem this time because I had Marsh Stomp and he was pretty much over leveled. So I easily defeated Linda and damn near one-tapped all her Pokemon, and I claimed my necklace back. Turns out she was a secret agent for Team Eclipse. Anyway, after defeating Linda, I made my way into Sylvan City. I defeated every single trainer inside the city, and I took on the gym leader, Chad. After defeating the first gym leader, it was time to move on to the next route. But before I can do that, I needed a Pokemon with the ability cut. So I went in the wild and I caught an Incada. I went back to the tree, cut it down, and then I made my way to Route 5. Once I made it to Route 5, I obtained running shoes and I defeated every single trainer inside and ran into Jake. Me and Jake had another friendly battle. I won and I moved into Brimber City. The gym leader and I met and he told me about the crimes that Team Eclipse were causing. So I went into the volcano, defeated every single Team Eclipse member. I apologized to Groudon, and it was finally time to face the second gym leader. The second gym leader really didn't pose a threat to me simply because I had Marsh Stomp at level 30 and I had the type advantage. So I pretty much damn near one-tapped every single Pokemon and I defeated the gym leader. After defeating the second gym leader, I finally found the next Pokemon I needed to add to my team. The next Gen 3 Pokemon I decided to add was Routes. After catching Routes, I couldn't move on to the next route because a group of Biddles was blocking the path. So I went inside the building, defeated a whole bunch of workers, and their boss came in and forcefully made the workers fix the dam with the Biddles. After that whole incident, I made my way to Lagoon Lake. I picked up an old rod from the fisherman and I moved into Route 8. There, I met up with Jake and we defeated a whole bunch of trainers and made our way to Rose Cove City. Once I enter Rose Cove City, I'm stopped by Team Eclipse. I figure out that Team Eclipse wants to summon Kyogre to destroy the city. So I confront Team Eclipse. Unfortunately, Kyogre was summoned. Luckily, Kyogre didn't want to destroy the world, so I apologized to Kyogre for being summoned, and it was finally time to take on the third gym leader. After getting the third gym badge, I met up with Tess and Jake. We made plans to make it to the next city called Anthean City. But before I could do that, I had to add a new Pokemon to my team. I went right outside the haunted mansion and began fishing in the pond until I found a Feebas. Feebas evolves into Milotic, which is a good defensive Pokemon in Gen 3. After catching Feebas, I moved on to Route 10, ran into Absol, I defeated countless trainers, made my way through the caves, and finally made it to Anthean City. Once I arrived at the shopping district, I ran into Tess and Jake. We entered the Pokeshop and talked to Gerald. Gerald was talking to us about the havoc Team Eclipse was causing the city. But before I could do anything about it, I had to take on the 4th gym leader. The 4th gym leader wasn't really a problem to me. All I had to do was set up Calm Mind once with Gardevoir, and then Gardevoir just took out 4 of his Pokemon pretty easily. Unfortunately, Gliscor took out Gardevoir, but my Swampert came in, defeated both Gliscor and Salamence. After defeating the 4th gym leader, there was this huge ship outside controlled by Team Eclipse. I met up with Tess and Gerald, and they told me that Jake has been kidnapped. But before I could do anything about it, I went back into the Kraganus Cliffs, caught me a Bagon, then I went back into the Anthean shop to buy a lot of Megastones for my team. Once I did all that, me and Tess entered the sewers, defeated every single trainer inside, and confronted Team Eclipse. I found out that the professor was Team Eclipse leader this entire time. After defeating him, he flees the scene, and we realize that he left the Bomb Man to destroy Anthean City. In order to save the city, Palkia and Dialga come and rewind time. Me and Tess reach this room and defeat the Bomb Man before the bombs go off. After saving Anthean City, I made my way to Iridia City. Once I made it to Iridia City, the gym leader got into a little trouble with the Team Eclipse. I confront Team Eclipse with the gym leader and defeated them and returned the articraft to the gym leader. After helping him, it was time I face him and take his badge. The 5th gym leader was probably the hardest gym leader I fought so far. I sent out Salamence, Dragon Dance a couple times. He took out 2 Pokemon, but he died to Toxic. Then I sent out Swampert. Swampert did come in clutch here with the type advantage. He took out 3 Pokemon and eventually died to Mega Garchomp. Milotic comes in clutch and defeats the Garchomp. After defeating the 5th gym leader, I went to Florima City to challenge the 6th gym leader. The 6th gym leader wasn't really that hard. I used Mega Salamence, Pop Dragon Dance, and just swept its entire team. After defeating the 6th gym leader, I ran into Tess and Gerald. They gave me some information about Team Eclipse base being held at Crescent Island. But before I can go over there, I need the 7th gym badge. I went inside the cave and I caught a Beldum. Beldum evolves into Metagross, which is a fire Pokemon from Gen 3. I was stopped by Team Eclipse and found out that Jake has been a part of Team Eclipse. After defeating Jake, I moved into Frostvale City and took on the 7th gym leader. 7th gym leader wasn't really hard at all. I sent out Gardevoir, used her Mega, and it was up from there. Mega Gardevoir was just one-tapping every single Pokemon that the 7th gym leader threw out. After defeating the 7th gym leader, I went to Route 16 and I caught a Swellow. After that, I made my way to Port Deca. There, I met up with the champion and Tess. The champion gave me Surf, which allowed me to travel on the sea to make it to Crescent Island. Once I made it to Crescent Island, I see this Team Eclipse member walk inside the building. I follow him, get a tip from the bartender, and invade their hidden base. After digging around inside the base, I found the security room. I defeat the trainer inside and unlock every single door. I found where Tess and my parents are being held. The professor got away, he left Jake behind. I defeated Jake and he gave me a tip that they were going to be in a cave in Route 18. By the time I made it over there, Team Eclipse started their plans. I confronted their leader, took him on in a battle, defeated him, Hoopa was summoned, and created a huge portal. Jake pushed the professor inside the portal, and unfortunately, Jake fell inside the portal as well. After defeating Hoopa and Team Eclipse once and for all, I took on the 8th gym leader. After claiming all 8 gym badges, it was finally time to take on the Elite Four and the champion. I made my way through Victory Road and I took on the first member of the Elite Four. This is the reason why I chose Swellow to be on my team. If you know, you know, bro. Fire Orb Gut Swellow is an underrated PvP Pokemon, and I took him into the Elite Four knowing he was gonna put in some work. Swellow went in and went crazy, defeating every single Pokemon that the trainer sent out. After Swellow easily sweeping the Elite Four member, it was time to take on the Steel type trainer. I went in using Salamence, Dragon Dance a whole bunch of times, and I was simply just one-tapping every single Pokemon that appeared. The Steel type trainer was really no problem. After defeating the Steel type trainer, it was time to take on the Fairy type. The Fairy type was really easy because I had Mega Metagross. Metagross really just one-tapped everything he threw out, or damn near did it. It was pretty simple. It's just sweep after sweep after sweep. The only time I didn't sweep was this Ice type trainer. Now, as you know, the Ice type is the hardest Elite Four member in my opinion. With that being said, it still didn't stop Metagross from going crazy. Metagross took like 3 or 4 Pokemon out, and from there, my team just came in and finished the rest of the Pokemon off. After finally beating all 4 Elite Four members, it was time to face on Champion. At first, I thought it was gonna be easy. I lied. The Champion was putting belt to ass. I was getting worked, so I had to show him. I had to bring out the big guns. I brought Rayquaza, Primal Groudon, Primal Kyogre. There was no way I was gonna lose this time. After defeating the champion, I cemented my name within the Royal League. I entered the Hall of Fame and became one of one. So, that concludes this challenge. Let me know in the comments what y'all would like to see more of. I'm thinking about doing like a Blocks Piece noob to pro, or like noob to Zoro, noob to Luffy type of content in Blocks Piece, just to see how that would work out on my channel. But yeah, I'll let you guys know. I'll do like a poll thing. Anyway, I appreciate y'all for watching. Like, for real. Thank y'all, man. Take care. Peace.